Hi everyone, good morning. After a long time, I think in the morning I am doing live, not live, sorry, making a video on why do you take birth in between the resting period. So after each bath, we take a resting period when the soul is free and we decide, not we decide along with the gods and goddesses. So I don't think it can be according to Hindu Dharma, it can be Chitragupta or it can be Yamraj, but actually, according to my knowledge, it is not actually any god or goddess, but that universal superpower which is considered as God. We interact with him or her, whatever you consider, and whatever karma we have done in this life and whatever pending karma is there for the previous life and all, we take the next birth according to that. So some punishment and some gifts are decided together as a pact, you can say. And we take birth. We before taking birth we decide about the parents. Who are the parents who can help us best to continue this set of punishment and this set of blessing together. Like for example, if I don't give you example, you don't understand. Like this life, I have a dream that I want to be a doctor, so I could not be a doctor due to some various reasons. I could not qualify. My ambience at home was not likewise. um, I was from a very poor family, so they didn't have money uh, to spend to make me a doctor. Whatever the reason is, I want to be a doctor in the next life also. And I might have done some wrong karma, but I might have done many good karmas and all. So we can decide in the next life, I want to be a doctor, so I have to decide about the home and the family. So which home and which family I should be taking birth, so that it will be easier for me to be a doctor. So in a monetary way, so the economic background is such that it can assist me to be a doctor, or in educational way, so it can be, they can be, the parents can be very rich, but that ambience background of the family might not be very educated. So in uneducated background, they might not be allowing me to be a doctor. So the ambience and parents, we decide and we take birth there. So most of the parents who does the wrong thing, that they don't follow the kids. Most of the parents, they don't follow the kids. Most of the time they make the kids follow them. So that is a problem. You have to guide your child about many things, how to behave, how to not only behave, uh, being genuine, and so many other things are there with which uh, set of parents can teach the child. But actually about dreams and aspiration, we should follow the child, not to guide. So like a child has some tendency from the childhood, we have to follow that. What are they doing? If you are not spending time with your child, it is impossible for you to know what your child want, because when you are leaving your child with a maid servant at home, so the maid servant is watching serial, the child is also watching serial. It will be impossible for you uh, for those 3-4 hours when you are awake in the evening to know everything about your child. So when the child is, I think, small, um, either of the parent, I'm not talking about mother or father, whoever decides, I may sound very narrow minded or whatever it is, but giving birth to a child uh, gives you some responsibility. So not only about that earthly responsibilities, but also about spiritual responsibilities. You have to study the child, what the child wants, and what you should do to provide it. Like a child is very good. I do remember about a parent who was my friend. The child was excellent in sports, and the mother was like beating him, a 5-year child, every day to make a good result in class. So that was not possible for that child. That mother, I asked that mother, my friend, about the birth details of the child, and after seeing the horoscope I told her that he will shine in sports, so let him do that. After that, I think martial arts, he joined martial arts, and within 1 or 2 years in junior section he became champion in Dehradun. So actually you have to learn what quality your child is having and why, to fulfill what particular kind of um, desire, dreams and desire your child is born. So it's because the child has chosen you to fulfill their dream. You have not chosen the child. We can pray to God that I want this kind of child, I want that kind of child. We can pray, but when the child is born, the child listen to your prayer and match his or her dream with your prayer, so that your prayer about your child and the child's prayer about the parents, they do match each other, and then only the child is born. So why do you take birth? We take birth so that we can clear previous karma, because when you are alive on this earth, with those days only, the life days only, we can create karma, we can pacify the negative karma we did in the past life. This way we can mature, make our soul mature. So we take birth only to give some maturity to the soul, so the soul should reach moksha. Means a soul goes through all kind of activities to reach moksha. So moksha means a state when you are not taking bath again. So to reach that particular state, to get moksha, actually we have to take birth, because when we are in the earth, we are living in the earth, living on the earth, only that time we can create new good karmas and pacify and negate the bad karmas we did. I can give you one example about myself. During COVID, there was a government project to help the animals, feed the animals during, save the animals during lockdown. So I started feeding some dogs of like 10-kilometer radius. I used to feed like curd rice and some bread, some biscuits and all. I used to carry with me and used to feed many dogs. I think 30, sometimes 35, 40 dogs around. At the same time, the beggars also started asking for food. One day I was almost crying and told my husband that beggars are also asking for food. Then my husband told, if you can feed the dogs, you can feed beggars, or you should feed beggars also. Beggars or the laborers or the one who does not have any job and they have mouth to feed. So that time I started making approximately 30 to 40 rotis, one vegetable, and one pressure cooker full of fried rice. So it was difficult, definitely, but I came to know one thing about myself, because last 9 years I did not have any maid servant. 9 years or 7 years, I think, did not have any maid servant. 9 years back, the maid servant who left, she came back few months back, that she lost other job, so she needs something. So before uh, I leave home at 8:15 approx. So before that she comes only for jharu pocha. So I was not having servant that time during COVID. So buying all the grocery, because my husband used to do work from home. Buying all the groceries, washing, cutting, making vegetable, making fried rice, making chapati for so many people, for dog. And it was that car used to smell like a kitchen. And there were so many beggars who used to say ki I don't like roti, I need fried rice from tomorrow, and some nugget chunks and carrot or something like that. I used to make that fried rice. I do remember afterwards some of my friends told, why you don't wear any gold. I told them, you cannot do both the things together, because the pressure of cooking for 70 people plus dogs every day, not for 1 day or 2 day. I continued it for 6 months. After that, I stopped feeding beggars, because the lockdown was over and shops started opening. And after that, I gradually reduced the number of dogs also. But now, even now, in I think 2 to 3 kilometers, 3 kilometers, I travel every day to feed 20 dogs. Some of them has some birth defect, some of them are having some defect due to accidents and all. So some of them are weak, they cannot gather food, and some of them have some food, they can manage some food from some places. But I just love them so much that if I don't see once in the evening or afternoon, I don't have a good night's sleep. So even today, last 2.5 years, I'm feeding those some 20 dogs. And for 6 months during COVID, when lockdown was during the first lockdown, I fed 70 people plus dogs every day. So people who are not from Dehradun and listening to me, they really don't know anything about me. People around my area, they know me very well. Some of them call me Mataji, and kids used to call me Biscuit Wali Auntie. And even I do remember that police were there, like black commando police is there, who wears all black dress and always in the round. Uttarakhand police. Sometimes in the rain, I'm feeding the dogs, and they will stop their bike or jeep and they will ask me, मैम आप अपना तबीयत ख़राब मत कीजिए, क्योंकि आप इतने लोगों को खिलाते हो तो आप खुद अगर अस्वस्थ हो जाओगे तो कैसे अपना काम कंटिन्यू करोगे. There used to be people who will stop their car and tell me, thank me, salute me, and these are achievement of my life. And I pray to God one thing only, that if I have done anything good for any people or any dog, any soul, then I know that that is being added to my ledger, the ledger of the karma which Chitragupta is writing now. So it must have added and reduce some wrong karma of my past life. So do whatever you can do, and do such a way that you should give to those people or those animals who cannot actually do anything for you. When you are doing that way, selflessly helping someone, that really creates a good karma. And none of us know about our bad karmas in the past life, but should be 100% sure that if we are born, then we must have some past life wrong karma. That is why only we are born. If we don't have any wrong karma, that day we will not take birth, and that will be moksha. So do good karma always. Bye. Have a nice day.